I remember in 1980, I saw the photos afterwards, and when I first saw Arnold, I thought, he doesn't look as big, but he still looks good. But I thought, then I saw his legs, and I thought, his legs, where are his legs, right? The most telling photo was on the cover of his big encyclopedia of bodybuilding. Did you ever see that shot? The first shot of Arnold with his hands raised, his legs they're still good legs, but they're not Mr. Olympia legs. When you look at those thighs and hamstrings and lower back, he wasn't the same like he was. When you see him from the behind too, you can see it's not just his thighs and hamstrings were down, his glutes were down. His back wasn't the same. There was a lot of things that weren't typical Arnold.
He not only was down in size, I think he was only like 217. His legs were real thin. He had the chest, he had the biceps, but a lot of his other body parts, like his triceps were down, his legs were real down. And he was also holding water.
I was standing next to him. I was looking right up close. I know what he looks like. He wasn't in shape. Simple as that.
Arnold wasn't even hitting the mandatory poses. Like when they asked for a side tricep, he hit a bicep pose.
And, normally you'd be penalized for that.
Tricep pose.
But not this time. And, there was a lot of that kind of stuff going on. Just had a little bit of an air of things weren't quite on the level.
He did the thing like, what'd you say? I can't hear you, and then he just, okay, he hit a bicep. So at the show, and I don't know if you remember back then, they had the point system. They didn't have the placement system. Okay. So instead of like today where you say this guy's first, this guy's second, you give him a 1, you give him a 2. Right. Back then they would score the guys up to 20 points. Mm-hmm. So 20, 19, 18. But it wasn't like you would give the guy first 20 and then the guy second 19. You would just score like however you thought they looked. So if you got someone like Mentzer and Foyer Coe and Frank Zane and Chris Dickerson, these guys are all top-level bodybuilders. They might all get 19s and 20s. But this is where the scoring really got messed up. But this guy, I can't remember his name, but the guy who replaced Peter McCarthy, he gave Arnold 20s in every round. So that really, really messed up the score, and that really gave Arnold favoritism. Plus, you had Albert Pusak, you had Reg Park, you had these other guys who scored Arnold 19s, 20s, every single round.
So he gets a 99 out of 100 on the first round, where he should have been marked down for proportion issues. He gets a perfect score on the compulsory pose, where he doesn't do them.
He was doing exactly what he wanted. And Oscar State, who was supposed to be controlling State, wouldn't get away with doing anything. He was constantly warned about being disqualified. But obviously, that was never going to happen.
Attention please, Arnold. Arnold, please stand attention. Feet together, Arnold. You're standing to attention, please. No posing.
He wasn't doing the compulsory poses, and the head judge said, he says, look, do the compulsory poses or we're going to disqualify you. And Arnold just kept doing what he wanted to do. The guy's name was Dennis Stallard, I remember, from Wales. Says to him, says, Arnold, you're disqualified. Get off the stage. And that night, Stallard was fired, and they sent him back to England. So that's the lesson there. When you're a favorite like that, and you're in cahoots with the organizers, you pretty much do whatever you want.
As the results were announced and Arnold was named the winner, the audience's reaction was immediate and ferocious. Boos rang out through the Sydney Opera House, a stunning rebuke in a sport where Arnold had been considered the greatest, and where fans typically respect the judge's decision, even if they disagree with it.
And I've never heard anything like this, but the crowd booed Arnold. I mean, it was a good half of the crowd was jeering him and booing him, and it came tumbling down from the upper parts of the balconies, and this was Arnold, the greatest bodybuilder ever, the legend. And I mean, he just sort of grinned through it all on stage, but it was quite of a shock. And I think we all kind of realized